Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another overview, and today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Target exclusive, oh boy, Batman Beyond Futures and Collectabuild Jokerbot Wave, which, man, that was a mouthful. But at any rate, yes, we are taking a look at the final wave of DC Multiverse figures of the year, at least the ones that have a collectible figure. I know there are one-offs and two-offs and three-offs and deluxes and whatnot that are still coming out as we speak, but as far as a full-fledged wave goes, this is, I believe, the final one of the year. I don't think that Dark Knight Returns wave's coming out till next year, which I am looking forward to that because we've never gotten a collectible horse before. And while I do love my Mythic Legions horses, I'd like to see what old Toddfather has to bring to the table. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with the overviews, they are videos I make for those of you who may not have all the time in the world to check out the individual reviews of these figures. So there you go. I'm being nice, which is something you should be doing at this time of year, right? That said, this is probably going to be one of the final videos I upload before I take time off for Christmas, because Christmas is awesome and I actually want to enjoy it instead of work my butt off making these videos for you guys, which I like doing, but let's face it, your boy needs a break every now and then, right? Nothing wrong with that. And another thing you may have noticed, I am uploading this the same day as the Jokerbot Collectabuild figure review, just so I can get it up, because there are a couple other things I would like to take a look at before I'm pretty much done doing reviews for the rest of the year. I do have some more coming as of the time this is being recorded / uploaded. I'm not sure what will come after or what will come before necessarily. I have an idea, but nothing's set in stone until stuff is published, right? That said, let's kick things off with the first figure I took a look at from this wave, the Batman Beyond, which is fetching quite the hefty price on eBay nowadays. $50 plus last I checked, so all I gotta say to that is yeesh. But that said, this is a really cool figure. I really like this Batman Beyond figure. Probably one of the best Batman Beyond figures. I'm not going to say it is the best. I'm not going to say it isn't. But we have gotten some pretty solid Batman Beyond figures in the past. I think the DC Classics one still holds up if you want one that doesn't have the wings attached to the back. And I even like the Total Heroes one that Mattel did shortly after that. And while I don't have it, the DC Collectibles one is pretty much animation accurate. So if you wanted something more like that, that's your best bet. Although that is fetching an even heftier price tag nowadays. Again, to reiterate, yeesh. But this Batman Beyond, for the price point, which these guys were all $25 a piece, I'm not sure if Blight was more expensive or not. I know some of the prices of figures have gone up a little bit, but I think McFarlane Toys has pretty much remained the same. Not sure how that's possible, and yet friggin' Marvel Legends almost $25 now, but you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess, at this point. It's just the reality we've had to come to deal with as of late. But this Batman Beyond, for the price point, is a really solid figure. And if you missed out on this one, you could have picked up what I think is the superior version, the version with the Terry McGinnis face on it. It's not unmasked, it just has the facial features, which shout out to Toy Shiz for hooking me up with that. He's currently on my Multiverse shelf, so I can't pull him out real quick for this video, but you guys have seen it. You guys probably liked it. This guy's no different. The only difference is he has a different head sculpt, which has no facial features, which I think is a cool design. I prefer the facial features, but at the end of the day, Bruce Wayne did wear this suit too, so, you know, you could have them both kind of hanging out. You could have one as Bruce, one as Terry. I don't know if that's a thing in the comics or not, but wishful thinking, I guess. And the other upside to this version is he does come with the more accurate batarangs, the more circular shaped ones. So there you go. But moving on from him, next figure we got in this wave was Shriek, who came out significantly later than he was supposed to. I think he was supposed to hit in like June, and he didn't hit till like late August, early September in most places, that is. I'm not sure when the Target pre-orders got shipped, but I didn't find mine / get mine until like late August, so that is that. But I gotta be honest, of this wave, as much as I was anticipating Blight and as much as I do like Blight, I do have my issues with that figure. Shriek here is, I think, the best figure in the wave. A, he's a new character, and B, they did an amazing job with the sculpt on that thing. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of paint, but the design doesn't really lend itself to require a lot of paint. So I think he is my favorite in this wave. I really, really like that figure. And again, if you missed out on him, they did release him without the collectible part, but unfortunately it does not have the helmet. It is the unmasked look for Blight, which I think is kind of, well, for lack of a better term, a dick move, because to be honest with you, you could have packed the unmasked variant with the collectible part and made the standard helmeted version the helmeted version the standard release, excuse me, and you probably would have sold more product. That's my 2 cents on that. I would have bought them both because A, I want the collectible part, and B, I prefer the helmeted look. And to make the helmeted look the exclusive, I don't know if that was the best idea, but I'm also not the Todd Father. I have no right in making any of those decisions. I have no say in making any of those decisions. So, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do, and unfortunately, what I think is the superior version is the exclusive version. So, take that for what you will. That said, though, the unmasked version does come with 2 power effects as opposed to just 1. But I still think of this wave and of the Batman Beyond characters and figures we've gotten this year from McFarlane Toys, this is by far the best. Moving on from him, we have Batwoman Beyond, who actually came out, I think, a month and a half after Shriek. Relatively early compared to how long the wait for Shriek was. And I gotta tell ya, of the female figures we've gotten from McFarlane Toys, with the exception of the Death Metal Wonder Woman, and while I don't have it yet, it does look like a really solid figure, the Todd McFarlane inspired or styled, and whatever you want to call it, Wonder Woman, those 2 are probably a little bit better than this. This is probably one of the best female figures we've gotten in the Multiverse line this year. Really, really solid. Has the same style wings as Batman Beyond. Really nice sculpt overall. Don't really have a lot of problems with it standing either. It is a bit tricky because it is a female, and females are always a little bit harder to stand than the male figures, but at the end of the day, that's a really solid figure of a character I know nothing about other than it's Dick Grayson's kid, and I can only assume Starfire's as well, because the red hair has nothing to do with the Batwoman we're used to, but at the end of the day, a cool figure's a cool figure, and that is one heck of a cool figure. I will say I wouldn't mind seeing a blue version of this at some point, because that is typically the version that hangs around Batman Beyond when he's in the standard bat suit, because I believe the story with her is she steals the bat suit from Terry McGinnis and starts running around as Batwoman Beyond. I think there's even a Catwoman Beyond at some point, but I have no idea what that looks like. At any rate, it's kind of wacky, it's kind of silly, it's kind of goofy, and I can only assume that Bruce Timm doesn't exactly approve of it, but at the end of the day, they gotta make money somehow, right? And given the fact that I Am Not Starfire is also a comic under the same license, I think they could do way worse. Moving on from her, though, we have the final figure of the wave, well, standard figure, before we move on to the big guy in the middle there. Got Blight, probably the one I was looking the most forward to in this wave, and while he didn't exactly disappoint, he skipped arm day. His arms are a bit small, I feel. I think they are more in line with like a 1/12 scale figure as opposed to a 7-inch figure. I don't know. They just seem very, very small, very thin, very short to me compared to his body, his legs. His legs seem either too large or his arms seem too short. I don't know what it is, but something is just slightly off with that figure, which is keeping me from liking him as much as I want to. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome release. I love that figure. I'm so happy we got a Blight, even though he's not in his business suit like he usually was in the Batman Beyond animated series. that doesn't bug me too much because that design is, well, kind of basic and kind of boring in my opinion. And while I know it's his classic look, I do like the power suit look. I think that's a really cool design. Makes him look a little bit more like Cosmic Ghost Rider and Space Kook from Scooby-Doo, am I right? But at the end of the day, yeah, the arms are really the only drawback with that figure, other than maybe a lack of accessories. I'm sure we'll get more variants in the future, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a variant of Blight, either a bulkier one, because I think he has bulkier armor in this comic, right? Don't hold me to that, but that would be really cool to see in figure form at some point. Either way, I have high hopes that the Todd Father is going to deliver us a slightly improved version of that character at some point in the probably near to distant future, I would imagine. But moving on from him, we have the Jokerbot, the collect-to-build figure of the wave. And to be honest, I think the best collect-to-build figure we've gotten from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line all year. Better than the Dark Father, better than Bane, better than the Merciless. Mostly based off construction, even though he did pop apart while I was reviewing him, which is kind of hilarious. He is a really sturdy figure, guys. Don't get it twisted. It's just the joints are a little tight in areas and a little bit loose in others. So, you know, you got to take that for what you will. It is a collect-to-build figure, so, you know, sometimes stuff's just going to pop off. I think the Dark Father might actually have a slightly better construction, particularly in the legs. Don't hold me to that, though. Again, I'm not positive on that. Mine is currently on the shelf, and I don't want to mess with it. That said, though, I think the Jokerbot is still my favorite and definitely the coolest. I mean, he's got the Widowmaker-esque wings. He's got a gun arm and a Man-E-Faces gimmick in the head that allows you to have a Joker face or a Batman face. And that is cool, man. So, you know, it's different, it's wacky, it's crazy, but it's still pretty freaking cool. And it's something we haven't gotten before. So, you know, I'm always down for some new characters. And in this wave, we technically got 4. So that's a home run in my opinion. And that's why this is most likely my favorite collect-to-build set of DC Multiverse figures of the year. To be quite honest with you, I'm really happy with this set. They all look great together. And I look forward to seeing more Batman Beyond stuff in the future. Now granted, we have gotten some other figures for this series throughout the year. We got, again, the unmasked version of Shriek, the Terry McGinnis, or the more traditional style Batman Beyond, which, again, shout out to Toy Shiz for that one. And then there is the Ink figure, which I almost bought. I kind of wish I did still, but I haven't yet. I kind of do want it, though. It is basically a Batman Beyond figure with a blue bat symbol and some blue paint splotches on the wings. I'm not sure if it comes with any unique accessories, but it's a cool idea. I just would rather have Ink as a character, because I believe it's a female character last I checked, and one of the more popular Batman Beyond villains. So I would like to see her get her own figure. Along with, of course, Spellbinder and, of course, Mad Stan. You can't go wrong with a Henry Rollins voice character, right? But my wish list aside, if you can track this wave down, I would highly suggest that you do so. It's a really solid set. I love this wave. It's a really fun wave, and I would expect to see all of these guys, maybe, question mark, on my top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2021 video that I will be posting in the next couple of weeks or so. So stay tuned for that. And other stuff coming to the channel in the next week or two. Again, I do have some more reviews planned before I wrap things up for the year to go on Christmas break. I do have 2 more Throwback Thursdays planned as of the time this video is being posted anyways. It's actually 3 at the time I'm recording it. And then we're going to start the top 10 Palooza, probably kicking things off with Mythic Legions and Motu Origins, for being quite honest, because I think those lists are pretty set in stone at this point. Just retweaking a couple of things here and there on those. And then the Multiverse one probably follows soon after those. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this overview. Don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? And if you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.